Want to speak English more naturally and confidently? In this video, you'll practice real-life English conversations you can use every day. Listen, repeat, and speak along with the dialogue to improve your fluency fast. Let's begin. Hey, good morning. Did you sleep well last night?
Yeah, I did actually. I went to bed earlier than usual. What about you?
Not really. I stayed up way too late watching videos and now I'm exhausted.
That's the worst. It always feels like a good idea at the time, though.
Exactly. I kept saying, just one more, and then suddenly it was past midnight.
Yeah, I've been there. Are you running late now?
A little bit, but I think I can still make it on time if I hurry.
Did you at least grab something to eat?
Not yet. I was thinking about stopping somewhere to get coffee and maybe a bagel.
That sounds like a solid plan. You shouldn't start your day on an empty stomach.
I know, I always regret it when I do. What did you have?
Just something simple. Toast and eggs. And of course, coffee.
Coffee is non-negotiable.
Always. I don't even feel awake until I've had at least one cup.
Same here. I feel like a completely different person after coffee.
So what's on your schedule today?
It's kind of a mix. I've got some work to finish in the morning and then a couple of meetings later.
Sounds busy. Are the meetings long?
I hope not. One of them usually drags on forever.
Those are the worst. The kind where you feel like it could have been an email.
Exactly. I sit there thinking about all the other things I could be doing.
At least you'll get through it. Anything interesting after work?
Not sure yet. I might just relax, maybe watch something or go for a walk.
A walk actually sounds nice. The weather's been pretty good lately.
Yeah, it's finally starting to feel a bit warmer.
I've been waiting for that. I'm tired of wearing heavy jackets all the time.
Same. It makes everything feel slower somehow.
It really does. Warmer weather just puts me in a better mood.
Same here. I feel more motivated to actually do things.
Speaking of that, I've been trying to get into a better routine lately.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Just small things. Waking up earlier, eating better, trying to be more consistent.
That's a good start. Are you sticking to it?
I'm trying. Some days are easier than others.
That's normal. The important part is not giving up after a bad day.
Yeah, I'm learning that. I used to just quit if I messed up once.
That's how most people are at first. It takes time to build habits.
True. I just want to feel a bit more in control of my day.
You will. It sounds like you're already heading in the right direction.
I hope so. I guess I just need to stay consistent.
Exactly. Consistency beats perfection every time.
I like that. I should probably remind myself of that more often.
You should. It takes a lot of pressure off.
Yeah, I tend to overthink things sometimes.
Same here, honestly. It's hard not to.
Do you ever feel like your mind just doesn't stop?
All the time. Especially at night when I'm trying to sleep.
That's exactly when it happens to me too.
It's like your brain suddenly decides it's the perfect time to think about everything.
Right? Things I didn't even think about all day suddenly feel important.
I usually try to distract myself with something calming.
Like what?
Sometimes music, sometimes just focusing on breathing for a bit.
That actually sounds helpful.
It is, once you get used to it. It helps slow things down a little.
I might try that tonight instead of scrolling on my phone.
That would probably make a big difference.
Yeah, I really need to break that habit.
It's not easy, but once you start, it gets better over time.
I guess it's all about small changes, right?
Exactly. Small changes that add up over time.
Yeah, that makes sense. I always expect big results right away, and then I get frustrated.
That's pretty normal. We all want quick progress, but real change takes time.
I guess I just need to be more patient with myself.
Exactly. Think of it like building something. You don't see the full result on day one.
That's a good way to look at it. I should probably write that down somewhere.
Yeah, or even set small daily goals. That helps a lot.
Like what kind of goals?
Nothing too big. Even something like drink more water or go for a short walk.
That actually sounds doable. I tend to make goals that are way too ambitious.
That's the trap. If it's too big, it's easier to give up.
True. I'll try to keep it simple this time.
That's the best way to start. Once it becomes a habit, you can build on it.
You always make things sound so manageable.
It's because I've made all the mistakes already.
That's reassuring, actually.
Yeah, I used to try to change everything at once. It never worked.
I've definitely done that before.
Most people have. It feels productive at first, but it's not sustainable.
So what worked for you in the end?
Honestly, just focusing on one thing at a time.
That sounds almost too simple.
It does, but it works. Once that one thing sticks, you move on to the next.
I like that approach. It feels less overwhelming.
Exactly. It keeps you from burning out.
I think burnout is part of my problem too.
Yeah, that happens when you push too hard without balance.
Balance is something I struggle with a lot.
Same here. It's something I'm still working on.
How do you usually deal with it?
I try to notice when I'm doing too much and then take a step back.
That's probably smarter than just pushing through it.
Pushing through works sometimes, but not always. Eventually, it catches up to you.
Yeah, I've felt that before. You just suddenly feel drained.
Exactly. And then even small tasks feel difficult.
That's the worst feeling.
It really is. That's why breaks are important.
I always feel guilty when I take breaks, though.
You shouldn't. Breaks actually help you be more productive.
I know that logically, but it's hard to accept.
Yeah, it takes practice. You have to remind yourself it's part of the process.
I'll try to think of it that way.
It helps. Even a short break can reset your mind.
Like just stepping away for a few minutes?
Exactly. Go outside, stretch, or just sit quietly for a bit.
That sounds nice, actually.
It is. You come back feeling a little more refreshed.
I could definitely use that during the day.
You should try it today, even if it's just for 5 minutes.
I will. I'll set a reminder so I don't forget.
Good idea. Otherwise, it's easy to just keep going nonstop.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
So what kind of work are you focusing on this morning?
I need to finish something I started yesterday, but I kept getting distracted.
What kind of distractions?
Mostly my phone and random things online.
That's a big one. It's so easy to lose track of time.
Seriously. I'll check one thing, and suddenly 20 minutes are gone.
Maybe try putting your phone out of reach for a bit.
That might actually help. Out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly. Even small changes like that can make a big difference.
All right, I'm going to try that today and see how it goes. I feel like it might actually help me focus better.
Yeah, it probably will. Even a small change like that can make a big difference over time.
I just need to be consistent with it. That's always the hardest part for me.
Consistency is everything. Once something becomes a habit, it feels a lot easier.
I wish habits formed faster. Sometimes it feels like I'm not making progress.
It might feel slow, but progress is still happening. You just don't always notice it right away.
That's true. I guess I expect to see results too quickly.
We all do that. It's part of being human.
I think I just need to trust the process more, even if I don't see changes immediately.
Exactly. Trusting the process makes it less stressful.
So what do you usually do when you feel unmotivated? That's when I struggle the most.
Honestly, I try to start with something really small, just enough to get moving.
Like what? Give me an example.
Something like organizing your desk or opening the file you need to work on. It sounds simple, but it helps build momentum.
That actually makes sense. Starting is usually the hardest part.
Exactly. Once you start, it's easier to keep going.
I've noticed that before. I just forget to apply it sometimes.
That happens to everyone. The key is to remind yourself in the moment.
Maybe I should write myself a note or something. Just a small reminder to start.
That's a great idea. Visual reminders can be really effective.
I'll try that today. I feel a little more motivated now.
That's good. Sometimes just talking things through helps a lot.
Yeah, it really does. I feel less stuck than I did earlier.
That's progress already. Even a shift in mindset counts.
I didn't think of it that way. I usually only count big achievements.
Small wins matter too. They add up over time.
I'm starting to see that now. It actually makes things feel more manageable.
Good. That's the goal. You don't want everything to feel overwhelming.
Yeah, I hate that feeling. It just makes me avoid everything.
Exactly, and avoiding things only makes them build up more. Then it feels even worse later.
That's so true. I've definitely experienced that cycle.
Most people have. The trick is to break it early.
So basically, start small and don't overthink it. That's what I'm getting from all this. And
That's exactly it. Keep it simple and keep moving.
All right, I'm going to open my laptop now and get started. No more delays.
Good plan. Even a few minutes of focus is better than nothing.
All right, I've got my laptop open now. I'm already tempted to check something else.
Stay focused for just a few minutes. You can check everything else later.
Okay, I'm looking at the document now. It's not as bad as I thought.
That's usually how it goes. Things feel bigger in your head than they actually are.
Yeah, I wasted so much time worrying about this. I could have started earlier.
Don't think about that now. Just focus on what you can do in this moment.
You're right. I'm going to write a few lines and see how it goes.
That's the perfect approach. Just ease into it.
All right, I've started typing. It actually feels kind of good to make progress.
See? Starting is the hardest part. Now you're already moving forward.
Yeah, I feel less stuck now. I think I just needed that push.
Sometimes that's all it takes. A little push to get going.
I'm going to keep working on this for a bit. I want to build some momentum.
Good idea. Try to stay in that flow as long as you can.
I will. I'm going to ignore my phone for now.
That's a smart move. Fewer distractions means better focus.
All right, I've been working for a few minutes now. I'm actually getting into it.
That's great to hear. Time usually goes faster when you're focused.
Yeah, I didn't even notice the time passing. That's a good sign.
Definitely. It means you're in a productive state.
I wish I could get into this mode more often. It feels really good.
You can, with practice. It just takes time to train your focus.
I'm starting to believe that. This is going better than I expected.
That's what happens when you give yourself a chance to start.
All right, I just finished a section. It's not perfect, but it's done.
That's a win. You can always improve it later.
Yeah, I usually get stuck trying to make everything perfect. That slows me down.
Perfection can wait. Progress is more important right now.
I'm going to take a short break now, just a few minutes to reset.
That sounds like a good idea. You've earned it.
I'll come back and keep going after. I don't want to lose this momentum.
That's the right mindset. Keep it going once you return.
All right, I stepped away for a few minutes. I actually feel a bit refreshed now.
That's good. Even a short break can make a difference.
Yeah, I didn't check my phone either. I just sat quietly for a bit.
That's even better. Your mind probably needed that pause.
I think so. I feel a little clearer now.
Perfect time to get back into it. You might find it easier now.
Yeah, I'm opening my laptop again. Let's see if I can get back into that flow.
Just take it one step at a time again. No pressure.
All right, I'm back on the document. It's easier to focus than before.
That's what a good break does. It resets your attention.
I'm going to work on the next section now. I already know what I want to write.
That's a great sign. It means your thoughts are more organized.
Yeah, earlier I felt all over the place. Now it feels more clear.
Sometimes your brain just needs time to catch up. You can't force clarity.
That makes sense. I used to try to push through that confusion.
And that usually makes it worse. Slowing down can actually help you move faster.
I'm starting to understand that now. It's kind of a weird balance.
It is, but once you get used to it, it feels natural.
All right, I've written a bit more. This section is coming together nicely.
Nice, you're making solid progress. That's exactly what you wanted earlier.
Yeah, I feel a lot better now compared to this morning. It's a big difference.
That's what happens when you take action. It changes your mindset.
I used to wait until I felt motivated. But now I see that action comes first.
Exactly. Motivation usually follows action, not the other way around.
That's a really important lesson. I wish I learned that earlier.
Better late than never. You're figuring it out now.
True. I'm glad I didn't just give up earlier.
Same here. You pushed through and now you're seeing the results.
All right, I think I'll keep going a bit longer. I want to finish another section.
Go for it. You're in a good rhythm right now.
All right, I'm going to keep going while I still feel focused. I don't want to lose this momentum.
That's a good call. This is usually when you can get the most done.
Yeah, I'm noticing that my thoughts are flowing a lot easier now. I'm not overthinking every sentence.
That's a big improvement. Overthinking slows everything down.
I used to reread every line immediately after writing it. It made everything take forever.
That's a common habit. It's better to write first and edit later.
I'm starting to follow that now. It feels way more efficient.
Exactly. You separate the creative part from the critical part.
That makes sense. Doing both at the same time was exhausting.
It usually is. Your brain is trying to do two different things at once.
All right, I just finished another paragraph. I'm actually proud of that one.
You should be. That's real progress right there.
I think I'm getting more confident too. It doesn't feel as difficult as before.
Confidence builds with action. The more you do it, the easier it feels.
I can see that now. I was just stuck in my head earlier.
Happens to everyone. The important thing is that you moved past it.
Yeah, I didn't stay stuck this time. That's new for me.
And that's a big step forward. It shows you're improving.
All right, I'm gonna push a little more. I think I can finish most of this today.
That would be great, but don't rush too much either.
Yeah, I'll try to keep a steady pace. I don't want to burn out again.
That's the right mindset. Balance is key.
I'm starting the next section now. This one looks a bit more challenging.
That's okay. Just break it into smaller parts.
All right, I'll focus on one piece at a time. That should make it easier.
Exactly. One step at a time always works better.
Okay, I've written a few lines. It's slower, but still moving.
That's perfectly fine. Progress doesn't have to be fast.
Yeah, I need to remind myself of that. Slow progress is still progress.
Always. What matters is that you keep going.
I'm noticing I'm less distracted now. My phone hasn't even crossed my mind.
That's a huge win. Your focus is getting stronger.
I didn't expect that to happen so quickly. It's kind of surprising.
It shows how much your environment and habits matter. Small changes really add up.
Yeah, just putting my phone away helped a lot. I should do that more often.
Definitely. It's one of the simplest ways to improve focus.
All right, I think I'm getting close to finishing this section. Just a bit more left.
Nice, keep that steady pace. You're almost there.
Okay, I just wrapped it up. That actually feels really satisfying.
It should. You've been consistent and focused.
I didn't think I'd get this much done today. This morning felt completely different.
That's the power of starting. Everything changed once you took that first step.
Yeah, I see that now. I just need to remember this feeling next time.
You will. The more you experience it, the easier it is to repeat.
I think I'll take another short break soon, just to recharge a bit.
Good idea. You've earned it after all that work.
I'll step away for a few minutes again, then maybe come back and review everything.
That's a solid plan. Reviewing with a fresh mind always helps.
Yeah, I feel a lot more in control of my day now. It's a nice change from earlier.
And it all started with a small decision. That's the important part.
I'm definitely going to remember that. It changed everything today.
Keep that mindset going. It'll help you on the next task, too.